Imagine unlocking the hidden laws of the universe that can manifest unlimited wealth in your life. In this audiobook, you'll discover the secrets to mastering abundance, shifting your mindset, and attracting the financial freedom you've always dreamed of. Your journey starts now. Introduction. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this scene. You're standing in front of a massive door, one so intricately carved and majestic that it seems otherworldly. The door is heavy, and yet there is no lock on it. Written above it are the words, "The life you were meant to live." On the other side of that door lies everything you've ever desired: financial freedom, ease, opportunities, and the joy of sharing and enjoying the fruits of your labor. This isn't just wealth in the form of numbers or possessions. It's a life of fulfillment and purpose, where money flows effortlessly to support your dreams. But here's the mystery. This door doesn't require a key forged from metal. It needs a key forged from within you, one made of your beliefs, energy, and alignment. This audiobook isn't about get-rich-quick schemes or some magical formula for instant millions. It's about something far deeper. It's about waking up to the truth that you already have the key to unlock this door. Yes, you. No matter where you are in your financial journey, whether you're struggling to pay your bills, feeling stuck in a cycle of lack, or even if you're financially stable but yearning for more, this journey will shift your perspective on wealth forever. It's not just about manifesting money, though. That will surely come. It's about transforming your relationship with money and abundance, recognizing them as extensions of your inner energy and power. Throughout this audiobook, we'll uncover the metaphysical principles that govern abundance. These are universal laws that many people use unconsciously every day, though often to their detriment. The goal here is simple: to help you understand these principles consciously, align with them intentionally, and use them to transform not just your bank account, but your entire life. By the end of this journey, you won't just be wishing for abundance. You'll be living in alignment with it. So, are you ready to push open the door and claim the life waiting for you? Let's begin. Chapter 1. Understanding Metaphysical Wealth. Think back to the first time you thought about money. Maybe you were a child asking your parents for a toy, or watching them stress over bills. Maybe you saw someone flaunt their wealth and felt envious. Maybe you decided right then and there that money was either a savior or an enemy. Whatever the memory, it planted a seed in your subconscious. And over the years, that seed grew into a belief, a story you tell yourself about money. Now here's a question that might surprise you. Do you know what that story is? For most of us, the story is running in the background like a silent film, guiding our decisions, shaping our feelings, and determining what we believe is possible. Some of these stories are empowering, but many of them are limiting. And if you've ever felt stuck financially, like no matter how hard you try, you can't seem to break through, then it's time to rewrite that story. What is metaphysical wealth? Before we rewrite the script, let's talk about what metaphysical wealth truly means. Most people define wealth in physical terms: cash in hand, numbers in a bank account, properties, cars, or investments. These are tangible signs of abundance, yes, but they're also just the tip of the iceberg. Metaphysical wealth is the foundation beneath that iceberg. It's the energy, mindset, and alignment that bring those physical manifestations into your life. Without it, you might chase money endlessly, but never feel satisfied. With it, you create a state of flow where money and opportunities naturally find their way to you. Here's a metaphor. Imagine your financial life is a garden. The physical actions, saving, investing, budgeting, are like planting seeds and pulling weeds. But metaphysical wealth is the sunlight and rain that nurture the soil and make those seeds grow. Without it, even the best financial strategies fall short. Money is energy. At its core, Money is energy. It's not just paper, coins, or digital numbers. It's a form of exchange, a representation of value that flows in and out of your life. And like all forms of energy, money responds to the vibration you emit. Think of it this way. Have you ever met someone who seemed to attract money effortlessly? Maybe they weren't the smartest or the hardest working, yet opportunities seemed to fall into their lap. Conversely, you might know someone who works tirelessly, but always seems to struggle financially. What's the difference? The answer lies in their energy and beliefs about money. The way you think and feel about money determines your vibrational frequency, which in turn determines what you attract. If you see money as a struggle, it becomes elusive. If you see it as a supportive partner, it flows more freely. The invisible beliefs that block wealth. Here's the part that trips most people up. You might think you want more money, but deep down, you could be pushing it away without even realizing it. How? Through limiting beliefs. Here are a few common ones. Money doesn't grow on trees. You have to work hard for every penny. I'm just not good with money. Rich people are selfish. These beliefs often come from our upbringing, culture, or past experiences. They act like filters, shaping how we see and interact with money. For example, if you believe money is hard to earn, you'll unconsciously create situations that reinforce that belief. Working long hours, struggling to get ahead, or passing up opportunities because they seem too good to be true. But here's the good news. These beliefs are not facts. They're stories, and stories can be rewritten. Aligning energy, thoughts, and actions. So, how do we rewrite the story? It starts with awareness. The thoughts you think, the emotions you feel, and the actions you take all create a feedback loop that determines your financial reality. If your thoughts are rooted in scarcity, there's never enough, or I'll never get ahead, your emotions will reflect fear or anxiety, and those emotions will drive actions that keep you stuck in the same patterns. But when you shift your thoughts to abundance, money is always finding its way to me, or I am open to unlimited opportunities, you start to feel empowered. That feeling creates inspired actions, which in turn attract better results. Let's try a simple exercise. 1. Think about a recent financial worry. Close your eyes and notice how it feels in your body. Is there tightness in your chest or a sinking feeling in your stomach? 2. Now replace that worry with this thought. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly. 3. Picture a stream of golden light flowing into your hands, representing financial abundance. Notice how your body feels now. Even a small shift in your vibration can create powerful changes over time. A practical step to begin your journey. Here's your first step toward metaphysical wealth. Gratitude for what you already have. Every day, take a moment to acknowledge the financial blessings in your life, no matter how small. Maybe it's a roof over your head, food on your table, or even the simple fact that you have access to this audiobook. Gratitude is one of the most powerful vibrational tools you have. The more you appreciate what you have, the more you attract to appreciate. Closing reflection. You've just begun the journey into understanding metaphysical wealth, and already you're starting to uncover the hidden patterns that shape your financial reality. This is just the beginning. In the next part, we'll dive deeper into the incredible power of your thoughts and emotions, how they can become your greatest allies or your greatest obstacles on the path to abundance. For now, remember this truth. You are already abundant. The wealth you seek is not outside of you. It's within you, waiting to be unlocked. Chapter 2. The power of your thoughts and emotions. The architects of abundance. Welcome back, and let me congratulate you for continuing this journey. By choosing to listen further, you've made a conscious decision to explore a profound truth, that your thoughts and emotions are the true architects of your financial reality. This isn't just about thinking positive or plastering a fake smile on your face while you drown in worry. It's about understanding the deep, intricate connection between your inner world and the outer results you see in your life, especially when it comes to money. Let's start with a question. Have you ever considered the sheer power of your thoughts? Not in a casual, "oh, I should think better" way, but really thought about the role they play in shaping your world. Every single thing that exists in your life right now began as a thought. The job you have, the relationships you nurture, the home you live in, none of it happened by accident. Thoughts are the seeds, and your emotions are the water and sunlight that help them grow. But here's the challenge. Many of us are running on autopilot. We're thinking the same thoughts, feeling the same emotions, and as a result, creating the same outcomes day after day. It's like being trapped in a financial hamster wheel, working harder and harder, but getting nowhere because the wheel itself isn't going anywhere. The good news is, once you understand how this cycle works, you can step off the wheel entirely and create a new empowering pattern. Your thoughts are vibrations, the frequency of abundance. If I told you that your thoughts have a measurable energy, would you believe me? Science has already proven that everything in the universe is made up of energy, and that includes your thoughts. Think of your mind as a broadcasting tower. Every thought you think sends out a frequency, like a radio signal, into the universe. The universe then matches that frequency with experiences, people, and opportunities that resonate with it. Here's an example. Imagine you're walking through life constantly thinking, "I never have enough money. Everything is too expensive. I'll always be in debt." Those thoughts emit a frequency of lack, scarcity, and fear. What do you think the universe will send back to you? More situations that confirm your belief, unexpected bills, lost opportunities, or jobs that don't pay enough. Now, let's flip the script. What if you start thinking, "Money flows to me easily. Opportunities are everywhere. I am grateful for my financial blessings." Those thoughts vibrate at a higher frequency, one of abundance, gratitude, and trust. And just as before, the universe responds in kind, sending you opportunities, unexpected windfalls, or inspired ideas that lead to greater financial ease. This isn't wishful thinking or some vague metaphysical idea. It's how energy works. Like attracts like, and your thoughts are the starting point of that attraction. The emotional fuel. How feelings amplify your thoughts. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. While your thoughts send out the initial signal, your emotions are the amplifiers. A thought on its own is like a dim light bulb. It creates a little energy, but not enough to light up a room. Add a strong emotion to that thought, and it becomes a floodlight, broadcasting your signal far and wide. Let's take an example to see how this plays out. Suppose you think, "I want to be financially free." That's a good thought, right? But if you pair it with feelings of desperation, frustration that you don't already have it, or fear that you never will, the emotion attached to the thought lowers its vibrational frequency. You're essentially broadcasting a message of scarcity, even though your words say freedom. Now, let's try a different approach. You think, "I want to be financially free," and you pair it with feelings of excitement, joy, and gratitude, as if it's already happening. You close your eyes and imagine how it would feel to wake up debt-free, with money in the bank and opportunities at your doorstep. That emotional energy raises the frequency of your thought, making it a powerful magnet for experiences that align with financial freedom. The key is this: your emotions must align with the outcome you desire, not the outcome you fear. The science behind thoughts and emotions. For those of you who like a more scientific explanation, let's look at how this works on a physiological level. Every thought you think creates a chemical reaction in your brain. Positive thoughts release feel-good chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, which not only make you feel better, but also prime your brain to notice opportunities and solutions. Negative thoughts, on the other hand, trigger stress hormones like cortisol, which put your brain into survival mode. When you're in survival mode, your focus narrows, and you're more likely to see problems than possibilities. This is why people who are constantly stressed about money often feel stuck. They're literally wired to see obstacles instead of opportunities. Understanding this dynamic gives you an incredible advantage. By consciously choosing your thoughts and emotions, you can rewire your brain to work in your favor. You're no longer a victim of circumstance. You're the creator of your reality. Breaking free from the negative loop. So, how do you start breaking the cycle of negative thoughts and emotions? The first step is awareness. Most people don't even realize the kind of thoughts they're thinking because it's become a habit. Take a moment right now to think about your typical thoughts regarding money. Are they empowering or disempowering? Do you often think things like, "I can't afford this. There's never enough. I'll never get ahead"? If so, don't judge yourself. These thoughts aren't your fault. They were likely planted in your subconscious by your upbringing, past experiences, or societal conditioning. But now that you're aware of them, you can begin to change them. Here's a powerful exercise to try. 1. Over the next 24 hours, carry a small notebook or use your phone to jot down every thought you have about money. Don't censor yourself. Just observe. 2. At the end of the day, review your list. How many of your thoughts were rooted in lack, fear, or frustration? 3. For every negative thought, write down a positive affirmation to replace it. For example, negative thought, "I can't afford this." Affirmation, "I always find a way to meet my needs." This practice helps you catch your negative thought patterns in the act and replace them with empowering ones. The role of gratitude in emotional mastery. Gratitude is one of the simplest yet most powerful tools for raising your emotional frequency. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you shift your energy from lack to abundance. And the more you focus on abundance, the more you attract it. Here's a simple gratitude exercise to start your day. 1. Before you get out of bed, think of 3 things you're grateful for. These could be as simple as a warm bed, clean water, or the gift of another day. 2. Say thank you for each one and really feel the gratitude in your heart. 3. Throughout the day, look for more things to appreciate. Maybe someone smiles at you, or you find $1 in your pocket. Every small moment of gratitude adds up. Gratitude isn't just a nice idea. It's a powerful tool for rewiring your emotional state and attracting more of what you want. Chapter 3. Aligning with the frequency of abundance. So far, we've uncovered the foundational truths about wealth, how your thoughts and emotions are the architects of your financial reality. But now we're going deeper. In this part of the audiobook, we'll dive into the heart of alignment, what it really means to align yourself with the frequency of abundance, and how doing so can open the floodgates of prosperity in ways you've never imagined. If the concept of alignment feels a bit abstract, think of it like tuning a radio. Right now, you might be set to a station that plays static, frustration, or scarcity. It's noisy, chaotic, and far from inspiring. But by shifting your frequency, by making intentional adjustments to your thoughts, emotions, and energy, you can tune in to a channel that plays harmony, opportunity, and abundance. The beauty of this process is that the music of wealth is already playing. You just need to tune in to hear it. The energy of money, a relationship, not a chase. One of the most powerful shifts you can make is to stop thinking of money as something you need to chase. Instead, start seeing it as a partner, an ally, even a friend. Imagine for a moment that money is a person. How would you describe your current relationship with it? Are you constantly chasing it, begging it to stay, or feeling like it's slipping through your fingers? Or do you treat it with respect, gratitude, and trust, knowing it will show up when you need it? Money, like all forms of energy, responds to how you interact with it. If you're constantly worried about money, feeling anxious or resentful, that energy creates a barrier. It's like pushing money away without even realizing it. But when you approach money with gratitude, respect, and openness, it begins to flow more freely. Here's a simple shift to try. Every time you spend money, whether it's paying a bill or buying groceries, silently say, "Thank you for this exchange. I trust more will flow to me." This simple act of gratitude and trust transforms the energy of spending from one of loss to one of abundance, your financial thermostat, resetting your comfort zone. Have you ever noticed that no matter how much money you make, you always seem to return to the same financial set point? Maybe you get a raise or an unexpected windfall, but soon after, the money seems to vanish and you're back to where you started. This is your financial thermostat at work. Just like the thermostat in your home regulates the temperature, your subconscious mind regulates your financial reality. If your internal money setting is stuck on struggle, lack, or just enough, that's the reality you'll continue to experience, no matter how much effort you put in. To reset your financial thermostat, you need to expand your comfort zone. This doesn't mean jumping to unrealistic expectations overnight, but it does mean stretching your belief in what's possible. Start small. Imagine yourself consistently earning 10% more than you do now. What would that feel like? How would your life change? Once that feels comfortable, stretch again. Visualization is a powerful tool here. Close your eyes and picture your financial life exactly as you want it to be. See yourself opening your bank app and smiling at the balance. Imagine the freedom of paying bills with ease, the joy of giving generously, and the excitement of pursuing your dreams without financial stress. The more vividly you can imagine this, the more you align your energy with that reality. The role of faith in alignment. Let's talk about faith, not in a religious sense, but in the sense of trusting the process. Faith is the bridge between your current reality and the abundance you're manifesting. Without faith, it's easy to get stuck in doubt or frustration, especially when results don't show up immediately. Think of planting a seed. When you bury a seed in the soil, you don't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You trust that with water, sunlight, and time, it will sprout. The same principle applies to manifesting abundance. When you set your intention and align your energy, trust that the universe is working behind the scenes even if you can't see it yet. This doesn't mean sitting back and doing nothing. Faith isn't passive. It's active trust combined with inspired action. Pay attention to the nudges, ideas, and opportunities that come your way and act on them with confidence. Practical tools for alignment. Now let's get practical. Here are some tools and exercises to help you align with the frequency of abundance. 1. Affirmations. Speak abundance into existence. Create affirmations that resonate with you, such as, "I am a magnet for wealth and prosperity." "Money flows to me effortlessly and consistently." "I am worthy of financial freedom and abundance." Repeat these daily, especially in the morning and before bed, when your subconscious mind is most receptive. 2. Gratitude. Journaling. Every evening, write down 3 things you're grateful for, specifically related to money or abundance. They don't have to be big. Maybe someone bought you coffee, or you found a discount on something you needed. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance. 3. Energy clearing. If you're carrying old financial baggage, resentment, guilt, or fear, it's time to let it go. Try this visualization. Close your eyes and imagine holding a balloon filled with all your negative feelings about money. When you're ready, release the balloon and watch it float away, taking those feelings with it. 4. Inspired action. Alignment doesn't mean sitting back and waiting for money to drop into your lap. Take steps that feel inspired and aligned with your goals. Whether it's applying for a new job, starting a side hustle, or simply creating a budget, action fuels manifestation. Signs: you're in alignment. How will you know when you're aligned with the frequency of abundance? Here are some signs to look for. Synchronicities. You start noticing coincidences that feel too meaningful to ignore, like meeting someone who offers a job opportunity or finding exactly what you need at the right time. Ease. Financial decisions and opportunities feel less stressful and more natural. You're no longer forcing things, they seem to flow. Emotional shifts. You feel lighter, more optimistic, and less anxious about money. Gratitude becomes your default state. Opportunities. Doors begin to open in unexpected ways. Clients reaching out, job offers appearing, or unexpected checks arriving. When you notice these signs, celebrate them. They're evidence that you are on the right track. Anchoring abundance through daily rituals. Creating alignment isn't a one-time event. It's a daily practice. Just as you wouldn't go to the gym once and expect lifelong fitness, you can't align with abundance once and expect lasting results. Consistency is key. Here's a simple daily ritual to anchor abundance. Morning alignment. Start your day with gratitude and affirmations. Visualize the abundance you're manifesting and feel it as if it's already here. Midday check-in. Pause for a moment and check your energy. Are your thoughts aligned with abundance, or have you drifted into fear or scarcity? If needed, take a deep breath and realign. Evening reflection. Before bed, review your day. Acknowledge the abundance you experienced, no matter how small, and set the intention for even greater alignment tomorrow. Chapter 4. The Art of Inspired Action. Bridging Dreams and Reality. By now, you've started to understand the immense power of your thoughts and emotions, and you've begun to align yourself with the frequency of abundance. But let me share a little secret with you. Alignment alone isn't enough. You can visualize wealth, affirm abundance, and feel gratitude all day long, but without action, specifically inspired action, your dreams remain just that, dreams. This chapter is about taking the energy you've cultivated and channeling it into tangible steps. It's about recognizing the opportunities that arise from your alignment and acting on them with courage and clarity. But more importantly, it's about distinguishing between mindless hustle and purposeful, inspired action. Many people get this part wrong. They believe that manifesting wealth means sitting back and waiting for miracles to fall into their lap. But manifestation isn't magic, it's co-creation. The universe meets you halfway, but you have to take the first step. The beauty is, when you're aligned, those steps don't feel forced or overwhelming. They feel natural, exciting, and right. Why most actions fail, the missing ingredient. Before we dive into what inspired action looks like, let's talk about why so many people struggle with action. The problem isn't that they're lazy or unmotivated. It's that their actions are misaligned. Think about it. Have you ever taken action from a place of fear or desperation? Maybe you accepted a job you didn't want because you were afraid of financial ruin, or you launched a business idea out of sheer frustration, hoping it would solve all your money problems overnight. How did that work out? Chances are, it didn't lead to the results you wanted. That's because actions rooted in fear, scarcity, or desperation carry that same energy. It's like planting seeds in rocky soil. They can't grow because the foundation isn't fertile. Inspired action, on the other hand, is like planting seeds in rich, nourishing soil. It's driven by alignment, trust, and excitement, which naturally lead to better results. What is inspired action? So, what exactly is inspired action? It's any action that feels purposeful, exciting, or aligned with your goals and desires. It's not forced or frantic. It's intuitive and intentional. Inspired action often comes from a place of inner knowing, those gut feelings or sudden flashes of clarity that guide you toward the next step. Here's the key. Inspired action doesn't always make logical sense, at least not at first. You might feel compelled to reach out to someone you haven't spoken to in years, start a project that seems unrelated to money, or take a break when your logical mind says to keep pushing. Trust these nudges. They're the universe's way of guiding you toward opportunities you can't yet see. Let me share a quick story to illustrate this. A client of mine, Sarah, was struggling with her finances despite working tirelessly in a job she hated. One day, during a journaling session, she felt a strong urge to take a pottery class. It seemed ridiculous. How could pottery help her pay the bills? But the feeling was so strong that she decided to follow it. Fast forward a year. That pottery class led to her creating unique, handmade pieces that she started selling online. Her business took off, and she's now earning more than she ever did in her old job, doing something she loves. That's the power of inspired action. How to recognize inspired action. Now you might be wondering, how do I know if an action is inspired or just wishful thinking? Great question. Inspired action has certain qualities that set it apart. 1. It feels exciting. Inspired actions often come with a sense of excitement or curiosity. You might not fully understand why, but you feel drawn to take the step. 2. It aligns with your values. Inspired actions resonate with who you are and what you truly want. They don't feel like a compromise or a have to. They feel like a want to. 3. It's supported by synchronicities. When you're aligned, the universe often sends signs to confirm you're on the right path. Maybe you hear the same idea from multiple sources, or an opportunity falls into your lap right when you need it. 4. It feels easy, even if it's challenging. This might sound contradictory, but inspired actions often feel easy in the sense that they flow naturally. Even if the action itself requires effort, it doesn't feel forced. Overcoming fear and doubt. Of course, taking inspired action isn't always easy. Even when you feel the nudge, fear and doubt can creep in. What if it doesn't work? What if I fail? What if people judge me? These thoughts are normal, but they don't have to stop you. The first step to overcoming fear is understanding that it's not your enemy. It's your teacher. Fear often points to the areas where you need to grow. Instead of running from it, ask yourself, what is this fear trying to teach me? What would I do if I wasn't afraid? Another powerful tool is visualization. Before taking a big step, close your eyes and imagine the best possible outcome. See yourself succeeding, thriving, and enjoying the fruits of your action. Let that vision guide you, even when fear tries to hold you back. Practical steps for inspired action. Now let's get into the how. Here are some practical steps to help you take inspired action. 1. Tune into your intuition. Spend a few minutes each day in quiet reflection or meditation. Ask yourself, what is my next step? And listen for the answer. Your intuition often speaks in subtle ways, so pay attention to feelings, ideas, or recurring thoughts. 2. Start small. Inspired action doesn't always mean making a huge leap. Sometimes it's as simple as sending an email, making a phone call, or researching an idea. Small steps often lead to big results. 3. Trust the process. Remember, you don't have to see the whole staircase to take the first step. Trust that each action will reveal the next, like pieces of a puzzle coming together. 4. Celebrate every step. Each time you take inspired action, no matter how small, celebrate it. Acknowledge your courage and trust, and know that you're moving closer to your goals. Balancing action with rest. One common misconception about manifestation is that you need to be in constant motion, always doing something. But rest is just as important as action. In fact, rest often creates the space for inspiration to arise. Think of your energy like a cup. If you're constantly pouring it out without refilling, you'll burn out. Taking time to rest, recharge, and nurture yourself allows you to stay aligned and act from a place of fullness, not exhaustion. Here's a simple practice. At the end of each day, ask yourself, did I balance action with rest today? If the answer is no, make a conscious effort to prioritize self-care tomorrow. Real-life examples of inspired action. Let me share another story to inspire you. A man named James had been struggling to grow his coaching business for years. Despite his best efforts, clients were few and far between, and he was ready to give up. One day, while journaling, he felt a strong urge to create a free online workshop. It didn't make logical sense. How would a free workshop help him make money? But the idea felt so right that he decided to follow it. The workshop ended up attracting hundreds of participants, many of whom became paying clients. That single inspired action not only transformed his business, but also reignited his passion for coaching. Chapter 5. Overcoming obstacles, navigating challenges without losing your momentum. Now, you're probably beginning to feel a shift. Your energy is aligned, your actions are inspired, and you're more confident in your ability to manifest the financial abundance you deserve. But here's the truth. No one tells you about the manifestation journey. Obstacles are inevitable. Yes, even when you're aligned, taking inspired action, and feeling that sense of momentum, challenges will show up. Life has a way of testing our commitment to our goals, and financial abundance is no exception. These challenges can come in many forms: unexpected expenses, setbacks in your business, or even moments of self-doubt that make you question if you're on the right path. But here's the key to transforming these challenges into opportunities. How you respond to obstacles will determine whether they derail you or propel you forward. In this chapter, we're going to dive deep into how to navigate obstacles without losing your alignment, your motivation, or your belief in your ability to manifest wealth. We'll explore how to stay grounded when things feel tough, how to overcome self-doubt, and most importantly, how to turn every challenge into an opportunity for growth. The nature of obstacles, why they're part of the process. First, let's acknowledge something important. Obstacles are not a sign that you're on the wrong path. In fact, they are often an indication that you are moving in the right direction. It's easy to think that if we're doing everything right, if we're aligned, everything should be smooth sailing. But that's simply not the case. Obstacles are part of the growth process. Think about it. When you're working out, your muscles don't grow without resistance. When you're learning something new, you don't improve without encountering challenges. The same applies to your financial journey. The more you stretch your beliefs, the more you reach for new heights, the more likely it is that life will present obstacles. But rather than seeing them as setbacks, try reframing them as stepping stones. Every obstacle is an opportunity to refine your mindset, strengthen your faith, and develop resilience. If you can shift your perspective, challenges will no longer feel like roadblocks. They'll feel like necessary parts of the journey that are making you stronger. Recognizing the gifts in challenges. It might sound counterintuitive, but every obstacle has a gift embedded within it. I want you to think about a time when you faced a challenge that, at the time, seemed overwhelming. Maybe it was a financial crisis, a business setback, or a personal challenge. Reflect on it for a moment. Did that experience eventually teach you something? Did it push you to grow, change, or evolve in a way that wouldn't have happened without it? When you begin to view challenges through this lens, you'll start to notice how they've shaped you into the person you are today. Perhaps an unexpected expense taught you how to budget more effectively, or a difficult business moment led you to develop greater resilience or creativity. Maybe a failure showed you where you were holding limiting beliefs, and that awareness allowed you to break free. This shift in perspective is incredibly powerful. Once you begin to see obstacles as opportunities for growth, you'll approach them with curiosity instead of fear. And with curiosity comes the ability to find the solution rather than becoming paralyzed by the problem. The role of self-doubt, turning it into fuel for growth. One of the most common obstacles people face on the path to manifesting wealth is self-doubt. It's natural to question yourself, your worth, and your abilities when you're reaching for something new or unfamiliar. Maybe you think you're not qualified enough to succeed, or you wonder if you deserve the financial success you're aiming for. But let me tell you something important. Self-doubt is not a reflection of your true potential. It's a byproduct of the ego, which often tries to keep you safe by convincing you that you're not ready, not worthy, or not capable. The truth is, you are more than enough. You are deserving of every ounce of abundance you're manifesting. And the only thing standing between you and that wealth is the willingness to push past your doubts. Here's how you can turn self-doubt into fuel for growth. 1. Acknowledge it without judgment. When self-doubt arises, don't beat yourself up for feeling it. Simply acknowledge the thought. Say, I see you, doubt. I recognize you, but I'm choosing to move forward anyway. 2. Reframe the thought. Instead of focusing on why you're not enough, shift your mindset to remind yourself of your strengths. Ask yourself, what past experiences show me that I am capable? 3. Affirm your worth. Use affirmations to counter negative thoughts. When doubt creeps in, say, I am worthy of financial abundance. I am capable of achieving my goals. I have everything I need to succeed. 4. Take action. Anyway, doubt can only control you if you let it. The more action you take in spite of doubt, the less power it will have over you. Reprogramming. Limiting beliefs. Many of the obstacles we face on the road to financial abundance come from our subconscious minds. Limiting beliefs about money, success, and ourselves can create invisible barriers that prevent us from taking the actions that will bring us closer to our goals. So how do we reprogram those beliefs? It starts by becoming aware of them. Think about what you truly believe about money. Do you think it's hard to earn? Do you believe that wealthy people are greedy or unethical? Do you feel like there's not enough to go around? These beliefs are all forms of resistance, and they're keeping you from aligning with the frequency of abundance. To reprogram your beliefs, you can try the following. 1. Identify the beliefs. Pay attention to any negative or limiting thoughts that come up when you think about money. Write them down. Are they rooted in fear, scarcity, or judgment? 2. Challenge those beliefs. Ask yourself, is this belief actually true? Where did it come from? How is it holding me back? 3. Replace with empowering beliefs. Once you've identified a limiting belief, replace it with a more empowering one. For example, if you've believed that money is hard to come by, replace that with, money comes to me easily and effortlessly. 4. Repeat and reinforce. Affirmations, visualization, and journaling are powerful tools for reinforcing new beliefs. Consistency is key. The more you repeat your new empowering beliefs, the faster they'll become your new reality. The importance of staying aligned. During challenging times. When challenges arise, it can be easy to slip back into old patterns of fear, worry, or scarcity thinking. But if you want to manifest money and wealth, it's crucial to stay aligned with abundance. no matter what's happening in the external world. One of the most powerful ways to stay aligned during challenging times is to maintain a sense of inner peace and trust. This doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending everything is fine when it's not. It means approaching challenges with a calm, clear mind, trusting that you have the ability to navigate through them. Here are a few strategies to help you stay aligned when obstacles appear. 1. Ground yourself. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, take a moment to ground yourself. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and imagine roots growing from the soles of your feet into the earth. This practice helps calm the nervous system and restore your sense of balance. 2. Practice gratitude. Even in the face of challenges, gratitude is a powerful tool for maintaining alignment. Reflect on what you're thankful for: your health, your support system, the lessons you're learning through adversity. Gratitude helps shift your focus from lack to abundance. 3. Lean into your support system. You don't have to go through challenges alone. Reach out to friends, family, or mentors who can offer guidance, perspective, and encouragement. Remember, there's strength in community. Turning setbacks into opportunities. One of the most powerful tools for navigating obstacles is the ability to turn setbacks into opportunities. When something doesn't go as planned, don't automatically see it as a failure. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What new opportunities might arise from this situation? Setbacks often carry hidden blessings. Maybe an unexpected expense teaches you to budget better, or a missed business opportunity opens the door for an even better one. Each time you encounter a setback, remind yourself that it's just a detour, not the end of the road. By maintaining a mindset of opportunity, you'll be better equipped to move through obstacles and emerge stronger on the other side. Chapter 6. Expanding your wealth. Sustaining momentum and growth. We've made incredible progress on your journey to manifesting money and abundance. You've learned the importance of aligning your thoughts and emotions, taking inspired action, overcoming obstacles, and staying grounded in the face of challenges. But there's one more crucial element we need to discuss before we move forward: sustaining momentum and continuing to expand your wealth. Manifestation is not just about achieving a goal and stopping there. It's about a continuous flow of abundance, growth, and expansion. Financial success is not a destination. It's an ongoing journey. Just as your thoughts and feelings have the power to shape your reality, so too does your ability to maintain the energy and momentum you've built so far. In this chapter, we'll explore how to keep the momentum of your manifestations flowing, how to expand your wealth continually, and how to do so without falling back into old habits of fear, doubt, or scarcity. Together, we'll ensure that your newfound wealth becomes a permanent and growing part of your life, one that continues to flow freely and easily to you. The importance of sustainability in wealth creation. Let's start by understanding what it means to sustain wealth. So often people achieve financial success only to find that it's short-lived. Maybe they make a big sale, land a lucrative contract, or inherit some money, but within a few months or years, they're back to square one. Why does this happen? The problem usually lies in mindset. When we manifest money, it's easy to think that it's a one-time event. Once we hit our goal, we can relax. But the truth is, maintaining wealth requires the same focus, energy, and intention that it took to create it in the first place. It's about staying connected to your purpose, keeping your thoughts aligned with abundance, and continuously taking inspired action toward new opportunities. Sustaining wealth is not about hoarding. It's about expanding your ability to receive and grow. In the same way that planting a seed requires ongoing care and attention to ensure it grows into a healthy tree, your wealth requires the same nurturing. Whether it's growing your business, investing wisely, or finding new sources of income, You must keep your energy flowing toward expansion. Mindset for long-term wealth. Let's dive deeper into what a wealth-building mindset looks like. If you've ever found yourself thinking, "I'll never have enough money," or "I'm lucky I got this far, but it's not going to last," you're not alone. Many people experience financial abundance only to sabotage themselves with limiting beliefs. If you want to sustain and expand your wealth, you need to change the way you think about money. The first step is abundance thinking. This means believing there's always more than enough for everyone, including you. When you operate from this mindset, you begin to see opportunities everywhere. You start to feel like there's an endless supply of resources, which makes you more open to receiving and more confident in your ability to expand. Instead of feeling anxious about money running out, you feel excitement about what's possible next. This mindset is crucial for long-term wealth because it keeps you focused on growth rather than scarcity. You stop worrying about losing what you have and start thinking about how you can grow it, multiply it, and expand it. And the beauty of this is that the more you focus on expansion, the more opportunities begin to appear. The universe reflects back to you the energy you put out. So, when you send out energy of abundance and growth, you'll receive the same. Creating a system for continued growth building wealth doesn't happen by accident. Sure, there are times when opportunities come up unexpectedly, but sustained financial growth requires a system. A system is simply a structured way of managing your energy, time, and resources to ensure that you're consistently working toward your goals. Here's a practical system you can use to keep your momentum going and continue expanding your wealth. 1. Set long-term goals. While it's important to celebrate your current successes, it's equally important to set long-term financial goals. These should be goals that excite you and push you to grow. For example, you might aim to double your income in the next year or diversify your investments. Write these goals down and review them regularly. 2. Track your progress. Keep a journal or financial tracker to monitor your progress. This will not only help you stay on course, but also provide you with tangible evidence of how far you've come. Tracking your progress creates a sense of accomplishment and reinforces the belief that you can achieve even greater things. 3. Invest in yourself. Continued growth requires you to keep investing in your knowledge, skills, and personal development. This can mean taking courses, hiring mentors, or simply reading books about financial strategies. The more you learn and evolve, the more you'll be able to increase your wealth. 4. Reinvest your money. In addition to investing in your own growth, reinvesting your money wisely is essential for sustaining wealth. Whether it's through the stock market, real estate, or other business ventures, putting your money to work ensures that your wealth will continue to grow even when you're not actively working. 5. Cultivate consistency. Just like with any habit, consistency is key. Whether it's saving a portion of your income every month or committing to daily practices of abundance mindset, the small consistent actions you take will build up over time, creating a snowball effect of wealth. Remember, wealth creation is a marathon, not a sprint. Small consistent actions lead to long-term sustainable growth. When you establish a system that works for you and consistently show up, your wealth will continue to expand. The role of gratitude in sustaining wealth. Now, let's talk about one of the most powerful tools for sustaining and expanding wealth: gratitude. You might think of gratitude as something you express when things are going well, but gratitude is just as powerful, if not more so, during times of growth and abundance. When you express gratitude, you're affirming that what you have is enough and that you are open to receiving more. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance and creates a magnetic energy that attracts even more prosperity. It signals to the universe that you're not just taking, you're acknowledging and appreciating the abundance that's already in your life. Gratitude can be expressed in many ways, through journaling, saying thank you out loud, or simply reflecting on the abundance around you. But no matter how you choose to practice it, the key is to make gratitude a daily habit. The more you express appreciation for what you have, the more you create space for even greater blessings to flow into your life. Keeping the flow of abundance alive. At this point, you may be wondering, how do I continue to attract more money and wealth into my life, even after I've reached my initial goals? The key to keeping the flow of abundance alive is to never stop expanding. There's always more to learn, more to create, and more to receive. 1. Stay open to new opportunities. As your wealth grows, new opportunities will arise. These might come in the form of new business ventures, collaborations, investments, or simply new ideas that spark your creativity. The more open you are to new possibilities, the more the universe will deliver. 2. Continue your personal growth. Wealth is not just about money. It's about growth in all areas of your life. By continuing to work on yourself and expand your skills, mindset, and knowledge, you ensure that you'll be ready for the new opportunities that come your way. When you evolve, so does your capacity to receive and manage wealth. 3. Practice generosity. One of the most powerful ways to sustain and expand your wealth is through generosity. When you give freely, whether that's through donations, helping others, or simply sharing your knowledge, you create a cycle of abundance that flows back to you. The more you give, the more you receive. This doesn't just apply to money, but to your time, energy, and resources as well. 4. Celebrate your successes. Finally, don't forget to celebrate. Every time you achieve a financial goal, no matter how big or small, take a moment to appreciate your success. This not only boosts your confidence, but also reinforces the belief that you are capable of achieving even greater things. Chapter 7. Cultivating a lifestyle of financial freedom. By now, you're well on your way to understanding the principles of manifestation, building a strong foundation for attracting money, and maintaining the energy of abundance. You've learned to align your thoughts, take consistent action, and overcome obstacles that might have been holding you back. Now it's time to step into the final stage of the journey, creating a true lifestyle of financial freedom. What we're talking about here is not just achieving a specific goal or reaching a certain amount of wealth. It's about creating a life where money supports you rather than controls you. It's about having the freedom to make choices based on what truly brings you joy, rather than being bound by the need to work just to survive. This is the ultimate goal of the manifestation process, and it's what everyone who seeks financial abundance truly desires. True, lasting freedom in all aspects of life. In this chapter, we're going to explore the concept of financial freedom in depth. We'll discuss what it means, how to cultivate it, and how to ensure that your wealth becomes a sustainable, empowering force in your life. By the end of this part, you'll have a clear picture of how to move beyond just creating wealth to living in a way that allows you to thrive in all areas of your life. Understanding financial freedom. Let's start by defining what financial freedom truly means. To many people, it might seem like the ability to earn a lot of money and buy whatever they want. But financial freedom is actually much deeper than that. It's about having the ability to live in a way that aligns with your values, without being constrained by the need to make a living. Financial freedom means having the time, resources, and options to live according to your own rules, without being tied down by financial stress or the pressure to work simply for survival. It's about having the flexibility to pursue what you love, to spend time with those you care about, and to contribute in ways that feel meaningful to you. Essentially, it's about being in a position where you have enough money to cover your living expenses without needing to actively earn money every day to maintain that lifestyle. Achieving financial freedom requires a shift in mindset, a move from thinking about money as something to be earned and saved to viewing it as something to be invested, shared, and enjoyed. It's about understanding that money is a tool, not a burden, and learning how to use it in a way that supports your overall well-being and happiness. Breaking free from scarcity mindset. One of the most common roadblocks to achieving financial freedom is a scarcity mindset. If you find yourself constantly worrying about money, feeling trapped by financial obligations, or believing that there's never enough to go around, you are operating from a place of scarcity. This mindset tells you that the world is lacking in resources, and it forces you to see money as something you must fight to earn rather than attract or create. To break free from this mindset, you need to shift your focus to abundance. Instead of seeing money as something that has to be earned through hard work or as a finite resource, start recognizing that there is more than enough to go around. Understand that you have the power to create and attract wealth into your life, and that the more you align with abundance, the more naturally it flows to you. One practical way to make this shift is to start practicing gratitude for what you already have. Rather than focusing on what you lack, begin each day by acknowledging the abundance that's already present in your life. Start a gratitude journal where you write down at least 5 things you're thankful for. This could be small things, like a beautiful sunset, good health, or having a safe home. As you grow in gratitude, you will notice a shift in your energy, which makes it easier to attract more abundance. The role of passive income and investments. A key component of financial freedom is generating passive income. Unlike active income, which requires continuous effort to earn, passive income is generated automatically, often with relatively little ongoing input from you. When you're able to generate passive income, it means that your money is working for you, allowing you the time and space to enjoy life rather than being trapped by the need to earn money through constant work. There are many ways to create passive income, and these strategies can vary widely depending on your skills, resources, and interests. You might choose to invest in stocks, create a real estate portfolio, start a blog, or sell digital products. The goal is to create streams of income that don't require your active involvement every day, so that your money continues to grow and bring in value without needing your constant attention. When investing, it's crucial to choose areas that align with your values and where you feel confident in your understanding. Don't just invest because others are doing it. Invest because you see real potential for growth and you have a strategy that makes sense for you. Learn as much as you can about the types of investments that appeal to you, and make sure you understand the risks involved before putting your money into them. As you create these passive income streams, remember to reinvest your earnings so that you can grow your wealth even faster. Investing wisely will help you break the cycle of needing to work solely for income, and instead allows your assets to provide for you. Mindset for continued growth and abundance. Another essential part of creating a life of financial freedom is maintaining a mindset that allows for continual growth. Many people get stuck because they achieve a certain level of success, and then they become complacent or fearful of moving forward. But the most successful people understand that growth never stops. They keep evolving, learning, and expanding their understanding of money, wealth, and how to use these concepts to make a positive impact on the world. To continue growing in your financial freedom, you need to cultivate a mindset of ongoing learnings and adaptability. Stay curious about new opportunities, new ways of thinking about money, and new ways to create value for others. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone and try something new. Whether it's learning about a new investment strategy, discovering new tools for managing your finances, or exploring innovative ways to share your gifts with others, your ability to stay open will keep you growing and evolving. You also need to learn to see failure as a part of the process rather than as an ending. Growth requires stepping out, taking risks, and sometimes encountering setbacks. But every failure is actually just an opportunity to learn, to refine your approach, and to make more informed decisions in the future. With each experience, you grow stronger, wiser, and better equipped to manage the complexities of financial freedom. Creating a life of balance. As you move toward financial freedom, it's crucial to create a life of balance. True financial freedom is not just about having enough money. It's about having the space, time, and energy to enjoy the people and experiences that matter most to you. It's about being free to explore your passions and engage in activities that bring you joy, rather than being tied down by the daily demands of work. Achieving this balance requires that you set boundaries, not just around your finances, but around your time and your energy as well. Learn to say no to obligations that don't serve you or your goals. Delegate tasks if you can, and be mindful of how you spend your time. By cultivating balance in your life, you create a sense of inner peace that is the foundation of true financial freedom. This doesn't mean that you have to stop working entirely. Instead, it means that you create a work-life structure that serves you, not the other way around. You might choose to work fewer hours, find work that aligns with your true calling, or build systems that allow you to focus on what truly matters. By integrating these practices into your life, you will create a sense of ease, fulfillment, and contentment that lasts much longer than any temporary financial success. The peace you find in living this way will attract more prosperity because you are living in alignment with the natural flow of abundance. Chapter 8. The Power of Giving: How Generosity Unlocks Abundance. In our previous chapters, we've delved deep into the process of aligning your mindset with the energy of abundance, overcoming limiting beliefs, and even expanding your wealth for long-term growth. Now, we're going to explore one of the most transformative and powerful principles that will not only accelerate your wealth manifestation, but also bring fulfillment and deeper joy into your life: the power of giving. You might be wondering, how can giving, which involves letting go of money, actually lead to more abundance in my life? It's a valid question, and one that has a profound answer rooted in the metaphysical laws of the universe. The idea of giving is not only tied to charity or donations, it's deeply connected to the flow of energy in the universe. When you give, you open yourself up to receiving more in return. In this part of the audiobook, we'll explore how generosity can be one of the most powerful ways to manifest wealth. We'll break down the spiritual and metaphysical principles behind this, and I'll share practical ways you can integrate giving into your life to unlock even more abundance and prosperity. Whether you're giving money, time, or energy, this practice can serve as a gateway to attracting more wealth into your life, and we're going to explore exactly how and why this works. The metaphysical law of circulation. The concept of giving is grounded in the law of circulation, one of the most powerful and yet often misunderstood laws of abundance. The law of circulation states that energy flows in a constant, cyclical movement. What you give out into the world is eventually returned to you, sometimes in unexpected ways. When you give, you are not depleting yourself. Rather, you are creating a channel for energy to flow freely. This energy can come back to you in the form of money, opportunities, love, or even new ideas. Think about it. If you hold tightly to your money, fearing that it might run out, you are blocking the flow of abundance. You are essentially telling the universe that there is a limited amount of wealth available and that you are afraid to let go of what you have. On the other hand, when you give freely, you are sending a message to the universe that you trust in its abundance. You are creating space for more to flow toward you. The universe responds by bringing more abundance into your life, confirming that there is no shortage of wealth. This is not just a metaphor or theory. It is an actual energetic law at play in the universe. The more you give, the more you open yourself up to receiving. It's an act of trust that the universe will provide for you. And it's this act of faith that actually brings wealth to your doorstep. Generosity beyond money. While money is often the first thing we think of when it comes to giving, true generosity extends beyond just financial contributions. There are many ways to give, and each form of giving contributes to the flow of abundance in your life. One of the most powerful ways to give is through your time and energy. Consider the acts of kindness you can perform for others, the ways in which you can share your knowledge, your skills, or your presence. Time is one of our most precious resources, and when we give it to others, we demonstrate a deep level of abundance. We show that we trust there will always be enough time for ourselves, no matter how much we give to others. You might volunteer for a cause you care about, offer your expertise to someone who needs it, or simply be present for a friend or family member who needs support. When you give your time, you not only make a difference in someone else's life, but you also align yourself with the energy of generosity, which opens up the floodgates of abundance. Another form of giving is through appreciation. Show gratitude and appreciation for the people, situations, and opportunities in your life. By recognizing the abundance that already exists around you, you amplify the energy of gratitude, which makes space for more prosperity to flow in. When you are generous with your compliments, recognition, and acknowledgement, you help others feel valued, and you send out positive, abundant energy into the world. The secret to true wealth: giving with an open heart. Now, let's dive deeper into the secret to truly unlocking wealth through giving. Giving with an open heart. The most powerful form of generosity is not simply a transactional act where you give in hopes of getting something in return. The real magic happens when you give selflessly, without any expectation of reciprocation. When you give with pure intention, with no strings attached, you send out a vibration of true abundance and trust. Think about the times when you've given something to someone just because you felt moved to do so. Perhaps you've gifted someone a kind word, a helping hand, or a material gift simply because it felt right in the moment. This act of giving with an open heart creates a ripple effect of goodwill. Not only does the recipient benefit from your generosity, but the universe, in turn, rewards you with even greater abundance because you've given without attachment. It's important to realize that when we give with an open heart, we are aligning ourselves with the energy of the universe. We are saying, I trust that there is more than enough for everyone, including me. When we hold on to our resources out of fear or greed, we block the natural flow of abundance. But when we give freely, we allow that flow to continue uninterrupted. The key is to remove any sense of lack or limitation from your giving. There should be no condition tied to it. Give because it feels good, not because you expect something in return. The universe will see your open-heartedness and respond in kind, bringing even more blessings into your life. The energy of money and giving money itself is energy. It is a form of exchange, a way of transferring value between people and businesses. Money is not inherently good or bad. It is simply an energetic tool that moves through the world, and just like any energy, money responds to the vibration you put out into the world. When you give money freely and generously, you are essentially sending out a signal to the universe that you are in harmony with the energy of money. You're saying, I trust that money will always flow to me, and I am willing to let go of it, because I know it will return to me in greater amounts. This is why wealthy individuals often practice philanthropy and charitable giving, not because they are rich and have extra to spare, but because they understand the energy of circulation. They understand that money is not something to hoard, but something to circulate. If you want to manifest more wealth, consider where you are directing your money. Are you using it to support causes that align with your values? Are you spending on things that nourish your soul? Or are you hoarding it out of fear of scarcity? The energy of money is tied directly to the energy of where and how you spend it. When you choose to invest your money in ways that reflect your values and contribute to the well-being of others, you create an energetic exchange that will return to you multiplied. practical ways to integrate giving into your life. Now that we've explored the metaphysical principles behind giving, let's get practical. How can you integrate the act of giving into your life in a way that enhances your ability to manifest wealth? Here are some actionable steps you can take. 1. Give money to causes you believe in. Whether it's a charity, a community project, or a cause that touches your heart, find ways to donate money to organizations that are making a difference. Start small if you need to, but commit to giving regularly. 2. Give your time and energy. Volunteer for causes that resonate with you. Offer your time to help others, whether it's helping someone in need or supporting a local initiative. The more you give of yourself, the more you open the channels for abundance to flow back to you. 3. Practice gratitude and appreciation. Show appreciation for the people and opportunities in your life. Acknowledge others' contributions, whether big or small, and make it a habit to express gratitude daily. This practice helps you align with the energy of abundance and makes it easier to receive. 4. Give without expectations. The most important aspect of giving is to do so without expecting anything in return. When you give selflessly, you not only contribute to the well-being of others, but you also align yourself with the universal law of circulation. 5. Create a giving ritual. Set aside time each week or month to reflect on your giving. This could be a ritual where you donate to your favorite